Okay, so I was supposed to start my job next week, but it is not nearly as consistent as I promised it was. So it's basically sub teaching. I've been applying for jobs for like 2 to 6 hours a day. Job market's really tough right now. First day of sub work was so excited. I wake up at 5, I'm out the door, I commute 1.5 hours to get to where I need to be. And then I walk in and admin goes, "Oh, are you a sub? Oh, we don't need we don't need you today." And I was like, "Huh?" And they're like, "Yeah, no, we don't have dance class on Wednesdays." Huh? So I just grabbed my stuff and I was like, "Okay, thank you." I called my agency, like,
"Bruh, why did you schedule me?"
And they felt bad.
"Can you compensate me?"
They said no. And I just literally, I went to a McDonald's and took out my laptop and I just started writing. And anyways, maybe this is a bad job decision that I made. And I do like working with kids. I like teaching. I have a background in that. So I was like, okay, we're gonna make this work. It's gonna be fine. I was told to come back Thursday and Friday, and I did. And it led to 2 more weeks of teaching these kids as a dance teacher, which was really, really nice. And so it did pay off. And I did grow attached to them, and now I have to say goodbye. So things have been a little bit crazy, trying to find something a little bit more stable and consistent, because right now I'm waking up at 5 in the morning just like staring at the app, that like the little scheduling app, to like try to tap on whatever pops up. And like it's a war because everyone's doing the same thing, so you have to like snag it before everyone else. And I have to be out and ready by 6 in order to make it to whatever classroom that they need me for. Sometimes I travel 2-3 hours to get to where I need to get to. Like the daily pay isn't bad, but sometimes you'll have like weeks where you get nowhere. So it's just been kind of stressful. On the bright side though, my friend from LA that I made at Disney World during the Disney College program came, and I was so tied up applying to jobs, interviewing, and freaking out about money that I forgot to enjoy myself here. We out here going to the Met. Freezing. Ah, it's so cold. New York is a place with so much art, there's so much community, there's so much history and culture, and it was really nice to be able to have someone where it's their first day there and they're exploring the city together. Benito! Yes! Hey, Bad Bunny, Dion. Hey, hit it. Hey. I also ended up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday volunteering for a theater performance. Mind you, there was no tech runs or anything. There were some bumps the first night, but I was someone that was like in charge of moving all the furniture around for each set and setup, and I didn't know the script before I got this, so everything was new to me the moment that the show started running. Perks to people in tech theater, because that was more difficult than I was anticipating. It's called Chastity, and it was very small production, but very well written and very complicated. And it was about how the internet shaped kids and the early exposure to explicit content and what it does to our brains, and how the internet shaped how kids from our generation view that kind of stuff. Yeah, really well written, really complex, very intense. So there were moments that got really intense, and I was in the back going, because I wasn't anticipating anything. Like I didn't know that was gonna happen. So I was like, oh, definitely want to collab with the guy that wrote it. Definitely want to collab with the director. Some of the actors are really good, or actually all of them, excuse me, all 3 of them are really good. So we'll be hitting them up for potential short films. But yeah, shout out NYU kids, y'all rock. I did teach at a school as a dance teacher for about 2 weeks. They told me that they would have a lesson plan, and when I got there, it was completely ChatGPT'd. So I was like, that's not gonna work. And I tried doing the activity they gave me, and I was like, that's not gonna work, because the kids weren't learning. It wasn't clicking. And I was like, okay. So I just made up choreography on the fly, and I was teaching it and then catering it to each of the classes. It was all like middle schoolers. Oh my god, when I tell you like 6th graders are a whole other beast, I know what they mean. Because none of them wanted to be there. Like they're all complaining. There's a girl that took out lipstick and started going in the middle of class, and I was like, hey, can you listen to me? No. And I was just sitting there like, I know you don't want to be here. You have to be here. I have to be here. Let's make this work. There'd be kids like doing like taekwondo on the side. I was like, oh, I used to do taekwondo. I did it for 11 years. So I was like, hey, do you want me to teach you some moves? And then let's add that in the dance. And like, you take out your lipstick, we're gonna add that in the dance. So I was trying to get the kids engaged, and I also showed them a lot of different styles, hip-hop, like street styles, to commercial styles, to jazz funk, jazz, ballet, contemporary, tap. Like I was showing them all of these different dances to try to get them exposed. And I let the 6th grade class like vote on their favorite one. Hip-hop won, which is also my favorite, so I'm not complaining. And then I went into the history of where it comes from, because that's really, really important to know. It was a rebellion against disco. It was a way for certain minority groups to express themselves and fight back. So I was like teaching the history of hip-hop while tying it into pop culture and seeing how it influenced everything today. And the kids seemed to really enjoy that. And then I taught them hip-hop. And so just trying to get these kids interested and also understand and respect the roots of certain things was something that I really wanted to emphasize with that specific class. Then I got moved to another school for a little bit. And then I was like, that last day of that week, I was like, I need to see my kids again. So I stepped in as their gym teacher for a day. All the kids that knew me, they would try to skip class and try to sneak into the gym. And I was like, guys, you need to go to your normal class. Like, no, Miss Sharp, we miss you. Can you teach us dance? And I'm like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm the gym teacher today. I can't really teach you dance. And it was like also the kids that were the most difficult to work with, that were super clean. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna miss these kids. Job hunting has been really tough. New York has been really tough. A lot of stuff happened. Got locked out of our house. Like half of their shit started breaking. So like the oven, the heater, the sink, the stove at one. Like it's just a lot going on. And I was starting to feel like, oh, maybe this was a mistake. And you're surrounded by kids who are like trust fund babies all the time. And I'm like, and they're fine. They're loving it because they can just do all the fun parts of New York. But in order to make it here, you gotta hustle and figure out how to balance your time and your energy. And as a workaholic, that's already something I'm struggling with. But even with all the chaos and ups and downs and goods and bads and freaking out if maybe this wasn't the best choice, I don't regret coming here. I was able to meet some wonderful, talented people, and I can get into it more in future episodes, as well as being able to reconnect with old friends from college. And it was also really nice to have a friend and reconnect with a friend who does care about me and who does support me, even if she doesn't live in New York. This week has been very weird. My film stuff feels kind of stunted at the moment, but I am making those connections that I need to make. And I'm very, very excited to share some of them with you guys. Thank you again for listening and tuning in. I hope that you remember to keep going after your dreams, even if it is unconventional and weird and wacky, and even if you do have to take some side quests in order to get there and make a living. With the job market being the way it is, and with a lot of the scary stuff happening in the political sphere of the world, keep doing your best, keep shining, and keep going after your dreams. And remember to hold those that you love close to you. Thank you again. Until next time.